What's up guys, I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never and welcome back to another update on Mr. Miggles. If you enjoy this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Help me pump that algorithm, I'd greatly appreciate it. None of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so as usual, I just want to start out with a quick little technical analysis update. So when you look at Bitcoin on the daily time frame, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't think we look very good. I was telling you guys a couple days ago that we did have a strong close above the 200-day and the 21-day. However, the very next candle closed right back beneath those levels. So as of right now, we have fallen right back into the bear flag pattern. And bear flags break down 68% of the time. Now understand, this bear flag has a measured move all the way down here to around 72.1k. Is it guaranteed that we break down and hit this level? Absolutely not. But it is absolutely something to consider. And what it would do is it would take us back to retest these previous highs. So from a technical analysis standpoint, honestly, it would make perfect sense. But I do also want to point out that in the past, we have front ran a lot of levels because a lot of people sit there and they wait for this and the level never actually comes. So there is also a chance that we have already bottomed, but we are in a bear flag, so it's something to be cautious of. When you look at Ethereum on the daily time frame, it's basically the exact same situation. We're forming another bear flag and we had a textbook rejection off of the 21-day. Not to mention we also have overbought stochastics. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if Bitcoin and Ethereum drop over the next week. This is the last time that I had price action drawn on a bear flag, and you can see that the measure move played out nearly perfectly. It even went a little bit beneath the measured move. Again, this is not to scare you, it's just to give you a warning. We absolutely could drop in the short term. However, if we drop in the short term, that's not the end of the world. This is the daily time frame. I'm going to make it abundantly clear in every single one of my videos that I am still very bullish on the larger time frames. For example, if you look at Ethereum on the weekly time frame, we are extremely oversold on the stochastics. Backtest this through the history of Ethereum and look at every single time we've been extremely oversold. It is nearly a 100% breakout rate. And not just the weekly, but you look at the 2 weeks, same situation. We are extremely oversold. Same thing if you look at the 1 month time frame, extremely oversold. Same thing if you look at the 3 month time frame, extremely oversold. Not to mention the 3 month is also retesting the 21-day moving average, which throughout all of Ethereum's history, we have never closed a candle beneath this level. Even the depths of the bear market in 2022, we retested this level, but we did not close beneath it. So even if the next week or two are bearish, I still don't think there's any reason to panic. You also have to remember that the Fed just slowed down QT for the first time in a long time. Last altcoin season in the 2021 bull run was during QE. We have not seen quantitative easing since then. So the fact that QT is getting slowed down is very bullish for the economy as a whole. I genuinely believe it's just a matter of time before we see Bitcoin and Ethereum break out again. And the reason Ethereum is very important is because it is the leading altcoin. And it's also going to have a major impact on its entire ecosystem, which, as a lot of you guys know, Miggles is a part of. But what's interesting about Miggles is it's actually holding up pretty well. It's at a $32.7 million market cap. It had dropped all the way down to around 21 million and it's had a nice bounce. Now, that being said, if Bitcoin and Ethereum break down out of the bear flag, then expect Miggles to drop. It is probably not going to go against the market. But I actually want to take a second and compare Miggles to Toshi and Doginme. So as a lot of you guys know, Toshi was the first base meme coin to get listed on Coinbase. And we saw Toshi run from around a $50 million market cap to close to a $1 billion market cap. And a few days ago, Doginme got a Coinbase listing. And it went from a low of 9 million on March 11th, all the way to a high of 121 million on March 20th. So over 9 days, it went from 9 million to 121 million. That right there is the power of a Coinbase listing. And what a lot of people don't understand about Coinbase is how rare a Coinbase listing actually is. That's why it usually has such a major impact on these projects. Like if you look at the CoinMarketCap top ranked exchanges, you can see Binance right here has 477 coins listed. You can see Bybit has 760 coins listed. But if you look at Coinbase, it only has 290 coins listed. That means it is much harder to get a Coinbase listing than it is to get something like Bybit. So when projects get Coinbase listings, it's usually very bullish. And we saw that Toshi and Doginme both went absolutely nuclear. And Doginme hasn't actually listed on Coinbase yet. So the jury is still out for how well it's actually going to do. This is just it getting added to the roadmap. But again, it's crazy to see that Coinbase listed it at 9 million. So all of these theories that Coinbase isn't going to list a project unless it's 40, 50, 100 million is just not true. Now, I do want to take a look at the Miggles X account. You can see that they're just over 100,000 followers. And I'm going to continue saying the same thing that I've been saying about this project. Miggles is one of the most well-connected projects I have ever seen. And again, understand this is only a $32 million market cap. I would argue that this project is as well connected as a lot of the projects that are around 500 million or close to $1 billion. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about, they're attending another event right here on March 20th. The voyage continues. See you at Paris Block Week. And you can see a lot of the potential networking. And you see someone from Coinbase right there. And then you remember how well connected Miggles actually is to Coinbase. I've shown you guys the post in most of my previous Miggles videos, but Coinbase literally commented on a Miggles post. Most projects out there do not have that kind of connection to Coinbase. So I personally would not be shocked at all if Miggles does eventually get the Coinbase listing. And we have seen what it has done to a lot of other projects. So yeah, I'm going to continue pounding the drum that Miggles is one of my highest conviction plays for this entire bull run. I think it's a phenomenal project. But if you guys are interested in getting into projects super early like Miggles, then I also recommend taking a look at my Discord. As a lot of you guys know, we've been making massive gains in here this entire bull run. I first posted Miggles in my Discord on day 1. But my Discord's around 1 year old and we've already called 6 different 200x projects as a community. Just to put this in perspective, a $1,000 investment could have turned into over $200,000. So if this is the kind of thing that sounds interesting to you guys, I have the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to see you guys in here. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how high do you guys think Miggles will go this bull run. If you found this content valuable, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.